Let me pull up.
So it begins.
Forth and fear no darkness! Arise! Arise, riders of Theoden! Spears shall be shaken! Shields shall be splintered! A sword day! A red day! And the sun rises!
Welcome back, everybody. Coming back with another Fandom Collective live stream. Another Sunday, another great day outside and whatnot. Another couple weeks surviving the quarantine and whatnot. So we got some stuff going today. We got awesome kick-ass special guests. The D of Dmajini is with us. Big Daddy D, if you want to call him that, whatever. That's cool. And my buddy Flipped Out over here. Introduce yourself. People know you Flip, but just in case they don't recognize you with the bandana.
Yo, man, I normally am really quick to let people know who I am, but today I'm actually flipped. So.
Okay.
Today.
Hello. How's everybody doing out there? My name is Dmajini, Dmajini. Currently going by my new title, A Pimp Named Dmajini. You got to say the whole thing like a Tribe Called Quest.
Makes sense to me. Oh, I love that. It's a good addition. So, how are things going for you, buddy?
Oh, not bad, man. So, I went out today, put some air in my bicycle so I can ride it. It was out of air from sitting around a little too long. I was tempted to take out the motorcycle, but then I was like, where can I go? Really can't go anywhere. Especially like I saw on Twitter earlier, some guy got arrested for surfing by himself.
Yeah, I heard about that too. He's in the middle of the water. No one else is around.
I'm like, isn't that exactly what you're supposed to do? Is be by yourself? I'm like, by you coming in and arresting him, you actually destroying the 6-foot rule. I'm just saying. Yeah. And you're out on the water. Who you giving the seat? Let's say he probably didn't even have it. Let's say he did have it. Who are you giving it to?
I mean, it was the senior citizens diving class in the river or something.
They were on the beach. I'm saying, I don't know. And the crazy thing, if you saw the video, you saw them rolling up on him like he had like 50 keys on him. The boats coming around the corner. Like I'm like, I'd have been like, what?
They don't have nothing to do right now.
Maybe he was hiding something in his shorts.
Yeah, 50 keys, no doubt, all in the shorts. Mm-hmm. Like, is that 50 keys in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
That's funny, but no, it's like I don't know. Maybe it's just something they're doing. I don't know. It's more intense in some areas than others, I suppose. And
I'm up in the East Coast. Next door to me, they got it locked down. Like I can't even go visit my parents or anybody. My sister's boyfriend, he wasn't doing too well. Well, then I don't know if I haven't got a chance. I don't know if she got the test back or not, but he was running a fever and everything. So I don't even know how everybody's doing up there. I mean, I know for the most part everybody's good. He was the only person who was kind of sick, but we don't know if it was just like normal because that's the thing too. Right now, we're right in the middle of flu season and allergy season. Oh, yeah. So and then you got that, so you don't know what's what, And it's just crazy. Like I'm still like, when you're looking through the internet and everything, you get on nerves. You're like what's what, and then it gets you nervous because you're like, oh, if I sneeze, am I okay? If I cough, am I right? You know what I'm saying? You start getting like me. I'm a bit of a hypochondriac, so any little thing happens, I'm like running around like Dexter with my hair on fire.
It's almost best to just not look at what it could be.
Exactly.
It's you mentally don't know if you're freaking yourself out or not. Exactly.
Well, pollen can cause you to have like a sore throat and stuff at night. Yeah. In the morning. I got one of those the other night, and I was like, oh no, But then I thought about the pollen. Yeah.
So that was me. That's me too. I never had any kind of allergies, so I moved where I'm at, and like now, like the pollen goes like I already have dry eyes, so like just anything gets in my eyes and make my eyes water. Then when you get the pollen going on, it's like I'm like, people are you crying? I'm like, no, it's like it's pollen everywhere. And like my eyes are just like leaking.
I'm a mess, I swear.
What's up, Christy? How you doing? Riot Kitty? How's everybody doing?
Yep, everybody, let's say hello to the chat. We got some people coming in here tonight. Fancine, our night ambassadors. Hanging 10, what's up, dude? Says, what's up, all? Got James Clark, the artist, in here. What's up? Hope you're doing good. Got CJH, what's up? And we got a couple more people coming on in. According to Christy, what is up? She just got the eyes like, Dmajini. Oh, a pimp named Dmajini.
She always gets on picking on me. Christy's a bully.
I know, right? She's like a nice bully.
Yeah.
Or something. Oh, that's awesome. And what's up, Riot Kitty? What's up? All right. Yeah, that's everybody. We got some stuff has happened in the last week, but everybody's already talked about everything. So we're just talking about whatever's coming cool to us.
It's been a lot of things going on. I mean, oh, you know what? Hold on a minute. Chrissy, wait, stop it. Don't be a hater, okay? Yeah. Don't be a hater.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, you know, basically, and that's one of the things too. Is like it's kind of like what you said. It's almost better to not look at, you know, the news and Twitter and all that stuff because it puts you in that spinning, you know, warp hole. It's constantly like almost it's dominating everything. You know, the Voldemort virus. So you know you can't say the name, whatever. Like I've dubbed it many things, you know what I'm saying? Like my man, I always give a shout out to my man Rodimus Primal. He calls it the Universal Russ. that right there's that Transformers for you right there. So but yeah, it dominates everything, you know what I'm saying? And it just like I said, like in my neighborhood, you go out there, it's like every day's a Sunday. Like normally, like you go out, like it's in my parking lot, just cars are all there. Today, when I went out, shockingly enough, because it was a halfway decent day, I think people were like F it. Like you just saw people riding their bikes. You know, it was like they were together. Just a couple here, a couple there. But it just seemed like there's a little more foot traffic out there. And honestly, let me tell you something. I will say this. I know what the whole shelter in place, everything. But look, if you're not sick or anything, definitely go out there. Go out on your porch, walk around. Let that, especially if it's a nice day, let the sun hit you. You know what I'm saying? Being cooped up in the house is gonna drive you crazy, and you're literally sitting in the same. Whatever. If you have any germs, you're sitting in your same germs the whole time. Right. So you got to get out there, fresh your lungs up. You know what I'm saying? Walk around. If you got a bicycle, get on your bicycle, ride it. You are still technically social distancing if you're on a bike. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not like you can be right up on somebody on a bicycle. So I just suggest people do stuff like that just to keep yourself sane. You know what I'm saying? That's all I can really say about that.
I've seen a lot of people going on walks around my area more than ever before. Like they used to not go around as much, but every day there's people going on walks and they're keeping their distances from each other, but they're all outside because there's nothing else to do. There's nowhere to do. People that are normally at work or at school are home. It's like I feel like the people with families, they need to get this little at least an hour away from each other a day.
Oh, definitely.
Having family all the time, just around. You do a fart, you do anything. Everybody knows. Like it's that's not fun. It's just like hey, hi. I also see you, and I know you're here, and great. I can't just do anything. So it's
Cabin fever is affecting everybody. I know a lot of people that are saying, hey, I'm home right now and I'm with my family. And they're starting to argue, because it gets to you.
I totally understand that.
Yeah, we went out to Walmart this morning. And we got there. And, of course, there's a long line out the door. And everyone's standing 6 feet apart. And we finally got to go in. It's like going on a ride at Six Flags or whatever theme park you have to, But. My
uncle told me he had the same thing. He went to BJ's, and they had the way they did it. They wouldn't let you in until somebody else came out. So they said it took him probably about maybe like 30 minutes before he was able to get into the store. So once you get into the store, they let you do what you got to do. But the next round, they was basically doing like five in, 5 out. So you couldn't go in until 5 people came out. So And one thing I will say is a plus side because I'm like in a little cut. So like if I got to do any like grocery shopping, my grocery store is like a mom and pop store. It's really not that bad. You know what I'm saying? I go in and I get my stuff, get right out. But the first day, what was it? Last week when they really started saying, "Hey, you got a shelter in place," all that stuff. I walked in there. I looked. I'm like, what's all the shopping carts? I've never seen that before. I went inside there. It was almost like they said we're having like a 6 feet of snow coming in. People were in there. They were in there. I'm like, wow. I never saw it that busy in my life in there. And to this day, the whole paper section side of it is empty. Now they do have toilet paper. I'm not telling y'all where it is because nobody's getting my toilet paper.
Good idea.
So they have baskets of toilet paper. What they do, they take a bunch of dump them into some shopping carts and they say limit 4 per customer. Being I'm a single guy, I picked up a roll. I'm not being greedy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I have roll on. I got a roll on deck. I'm good. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The only thing I do is I probably go shopping a little more than I should because I don't buy a lot of stuff, and that's how I shop. I just get like enough for me, and then it's like usually every other day, every two or 3 days, I gotta go get something else. That's the only thing. But other than that, it's just been
charging for you up there. We found we got I guess 12 rolls for $4, and then they had paper towels. There were 2 different brands. One you get 6 of them for $10, and then another one where you get 2 rolls for $14.
Two rolls for $14
of paper towels. Yes.
Wait. You're talking about just 2 rolls, not packs.
Exactly.
2 rolls.
Dos, amigo.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
That sounds like a little price gouging.
That's what I thought.
A little bit. They're doing that with similar things too with eggs. Eggs are usually like $5 or ish, or too not too expensive.
For a dozen of eggs is usually like $2 or something.
$2, yeah. They're around like $6 over here at Winco, and it's like it's not too bad, but it's like I do kind of get it, but then it's like if you're that one family that just needs to get those few items,
yeah, that's crazy.
That huge amount.
When you're talking about price gouging and stuff, so my best friend, she's a waitress, so she's been basically eliminated as far as work wise goes. And I thought she had the same corporation because my apartment complex is by a corporation. Yeah, she used to have the same corporation as me. They said no, they changed it. They sold it. They sold her complex. And oh wow, what? So when she tried to contact them and say, hey, listen, I'm out of work. They actually sent the letter saying, yeah, y'all gonna be getting your stimulus check. You got to pay rent. I'm like, that stimulus check, even if you get that, let's say you get the top tier, you get $1,200.
Yeah,
that's 1 month's rent. And if you can't work, you're not supposed to look. If I'm out of work and I'm getting $1,200, you're getting maybe $4 because I gotta live off for the rest of that.
Yeah,
I'll give you something, but you ain't getting the whole thing. I said, listen. First off, they can't kick you out. If they try to kick you out or do anything crazy, that's a lawsuit. We are in a state of emergency. This is not, I'm not going to work. This is, hey, we're in a pandemic. I can't go to work.
Right.
You can't sit there and say, I have to pay you. You know what I'm saying? That I just think it's crazy. And like you see some landlords, like they had a guy in the paper from New York. He's like, yeah, I'm waiving rent for like 3 months. I'm like, that's a good landlord. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's no reason for you to go ahead and say, oh, well, I need you to still pay rent and there's no money coming in, especially if, she's a waitress. Where are you going to get that money from?
Yeah, and people are trying to work. And
yeah.
Can't. So, even unemployment covers a little bit, but it's still not.
Bro, let me tell you something about unemployment. For her to get unemployment, right?
Yeah.
It goes off of your pay. She's a waitress. Now, you know how much unemployment would be for a waitress? It's like $150 a week. Like,
from what I heard,
the F are you going to do with $150 a week, bro?
No, I
What?
heard they're gonna pay the max. She's not getting the max, which would be $355, I believe.
I don't know. I don't know what it is. I have no idea.
So I just filled for unemployment, and I have to do that like every Sunday now, which I have to do that tonight, by the way. So still, and it's like I think it said my estimate that I'm gonna get is like 180, and I work at Subway, so
That's weird.
I don't know if that's great or not. I don't know if that's every 2 weeks or every week. I don't know, but
and even with the stimulus check, when is that supposed to happen?
well, it kind of depends. If you did it by direct deposit with your taxes before, then it should probably be in your account sooner than later. If you did it by mail, then they'll mail you the check probably an extra 2 weeks or something. So
it's just automatic. They don't, as long as you paid your taxes, you're gonna get an automatic check.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know when they'll do it, but yeah, because they're doing it from taxes from 2018, I think.
No, it's 2018, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I just filed my taxes.
Yeah.
My normal taxes for last year.
Right.
So I got that coming, and then if I am to get this stimulus, that'd be a nice little boost for me. Because the thing that's crazy about this whole thing, I'm one of the lucky ones. I'm considered essential, so I'll still be working. But I literally just bought a car, and if it wasn't for the fact that I was essential, I'd be screwed. Because I don't know how I would have been able to pay for my car. Because I had no choice. Yeah. My car was done. I rode it till it couldn't ride no more. So, but yeah, it's just sad, and I feel bad for everybody out there who's in a situation like my best friend, who is the waiters and waitresses out there, that have to deal with literally just being booted out of work. And some people still could work if they have takeout options.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's up to the business owner now to stay open or not. It's government said, okay, non-essentials go away. You guys just don't have people dine in and stuff. And if you want to stay open, stay open. If not, get out. Pretty much. I think Riot Kitty in the chat also works at a restaurant. Yeah. So she's got to deal with all that stuff. Yeah, it's not fun. Not fun.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, but I mean, there are other jobs, I'll admit, that are open, like grocery store clerks, delivery drivers, I assume, car mechanics and stuff. It's like
the problem with that is that those jobs that are open, people who are out of work and try to get into there, those things, you could probably get to work, but it'd be part-time or seasonal at that.
Yeah.
And then you got everybody going there because that's the only place you can get a job right now. You know what I'm saying?
Well, there's that, but there's a lot of people that, even though a lot of people are forced to not work, won't work anyway. It's their perfect excuse to not go back to work in a way. And in a way, it can weed out the ones that they don't want. Okay, you're going to argue with me? Okay, you're out. Next one.
Yeah.
Kind of. And it's like, but I was gonna take up another job to make some extra cash. But it's like, my mom's high risk, kind of. So it's like, if I'm at a place where there's more people to possibly,
I totally understand that. Yeah,
I'm not gonna at Subway. I mean, I'm behind the counter. We have literally chairs set up and like tape. I mean, I don't know. We clean the handles every time somebody comes in or out. It's pretty clean. Pretty good, low chance of spreading anything. So pretty much just sticking with that, trying to do unemployment, trying to do YouTube, trying to get things done that you want to get done. It feels like you have more time, but you really don't in some ways.
No, you don't.
It's hard to really mentally schedule yourself to do all these things. It's kind of hard to fully do it, especially you're home, you're around more food all the time, you're around whatever you're doing, that usually you can go out and then you only have limited time to do things you need to do. So
exactly.
It's easier to get them done because you have, I have an hour to get what I need done. Now you're like, I got all day.
Yeah.
There's no urgency.
It kind of puts that mental block on you that you can kind of slack off a little bit,
Yeah.
And honestly, I'm one of those, I'm one of those people that when I go to work, my days fly. Like I'll go to work, people like, oh, this day is dragging. I says, I don't know about you, but when I walk in, it's like my days go like that because I'm constantly, because I'm a salesman. I'm calling customers, I'm pulling orders, all kinds of stuff. I gotta do all this stuff. My days just be going boom, 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 boom. Next thing I know, it's time for me to go home. So
yeah.
Now it's like when I'm here, it's like my day drags. Like I was playing Final Fantasy this whole time, right? I'm trying to get all my characters on level 80. I'm like, well, you know what? I ain't got to work. I'm gonna try to get everybody on level 80 this week. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Hell yeah.
and and the thing is, as far as being at work, my goddaughter's grandmother put up a post up on Facebook, and it made me. I had to like the thing because it made perfect sense, and it basically said to all people who work in big boxes, Walmart's, Home Depots, Lowe's, says for everybody who's going there, we're supposed to be there for you in case you have an emergency, not because you have nowhere to go. You should be one person coming in, one person going out. You don't need to bring your whole family in there. Get your stuff, get out. It shouldn't be, because every single time a person comes in there, you add a risk of endangering the people who are working there. So,
True.
and I thought that was a really cool post. I actually had to like that post. I'm like, whoever put that post up is my spirit animal. Cause it just drives me crazy when you get people coming in like, the day before I was put out of work, they said, I saw this lady come in there. She had to be about 8 or 9 months pregnant, nothing on her, no protection, nothing. I'm looking at her like, man, listen. If I wasn't at work, I'd be like, what the F is wrong with you, lady? Don't you know you're endangering your kid?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I take that to heart, because when my mother was pregnant with me, she worked in a hospital, and she didn't get it. I did. I contracted German measles, rubella, which is why I have to wear glasses. And I was a very sick kid. I had to have 7 surgeries as a kid due to that. So when I see people walking around like that with their kids, during this situation, it really bothers me, because I know the repercussions of, if your kid gets sick during this type of thing that's going on, you basically, dooming your kid. You're potentially dooming them.
We need strong kids. We need the medical supplies for everything else that's going on right
Yeah.
now. It's like you need to get some strong kids out there. Why risk it? If anything, at least get a scarf to cover her face.
And she had nothing on. She came in. She had on a short sleeve shirt, nothing on her face, nothing. Her and her husband walking in like it's nothing. Like, it's just another day.
Yeah. I don't think our generation's not used to this. Like, even Flip said that he hasn't really had to deal with this type of thing before, and it's like, I'm one of the younger side here. It's like I'm among the generation of most idiots, but it's like there's some bright ones here and there. But it's like
at least you're not going around licking toilets. So I'll give you that, man.
Yeah, there's more smart people my age than you think, but it's this is our first time dealing with it. We're like, oh, it's not somewhere else. Even like when 9/11 happened, it's like that's still the other side of the country for a lot of people.
Yeah, that was right at me. I was a delivery driver during that time too. I was actually scheduled to go to Brooklyn that day too, and I was like, good thing I didn't go. And I was scheduled to go there. So
what kept you?
What's that?
What kept you from going out to Brooklyn?
Oh no, it's just the truck wasn't loaded yet.
Oh
wow!
Yeah, the truck wasn't loaded yet, and we was waiting for the truck to get loaded. And then we was actually listening to Howard Stern. It was funny. We was listening to Howard Stern that day, and it says a plane just hit one of the towers. So at this time, I'm thinking that because that whole summer, you're hearing all these little 1-engine planes crashing. So I thought some idiot was on a 1-engine plane, and that's what I thought happened, right? And I'm like, okay. Then they say, no, this was a actual, airline plane. I'm like, what? And so then then there's another one. I'm like, what? And I'm like, and then like my boss said, everybody go home. I was like, let's go home, because they didn't know what was going on, especially then what happened with the Pentagon, and then everything else was going on. So it was just like, go home. So all I could do is just sit in my apartment. It's the same apartment I'm in now. And I'm just watching the TV, watching the buildings burn up and fall down. So it was crazy,
Yeah.
But like but the thing is, as crazy as it feels that we're going through right now, this is not the first, or will it be the last pandemic that humans have faced. We've had several of these in our short time on this planet. So, and while it seems like it's crazy now, we've had several of them in our past. And we'll make it through here. So I know
survived the plague. It wiped out a bunch, but humans came out on top. So
listen, I don't know anybody personally but I'm not gonna say personally, but I know people who've actually lost people due to this thing. So my heart goes out to them and everything and their family. So it's definitely real. But then again, like I said, as far as humans in general, as a species, we'll survive this. So that's the one thing to look at. If you want to think about silver linings, that we have survived things like this before, and this is and this is without idiots going on Instagram and Twitter, opening up bottles of juice and drinking it and putting it back down on the shelf. Did you see that one? You had the idiots licking toilets, you had the people licking ice cream, you had some other idiot drinking drinks and then putting it back on the shelf. I'm like, you're going to jail. You got yourself right on camera. You're going to jail. That's what you're doing.
Here's the thing, too, though. It's like when you buy new ice cream or bottles of drink and stuff, like usually there's a seal.
Oh, yeah, there's a seal on it. Yeah.
There's a bottom connector thing. If that thing's off, then somebody has opened it. So
yeah, I would know that. I would know that. Like anytime I buy it, you can see the little part. They're all connected. You can see it snap.
A little crease thingy.
Exactly.
There. So it's like if that's popped at all, then somebody's opened it. So I don't know. There's ways to avoid that. If you guys are worried about that, if it's got
yeah, definitely.
Then you're good. If not, but this is a tease for Mad's Mama Bear with the cookies.
Oh, that's for Mad's Mama Bear. You know what's funny?
Any of the ladies in the chat, honestly, I always post cookies on weekends while we're open and stuff. So
there you go.
Who doesn't want cookies?
I did something I normally don't do. Is I actually bought me some cookies. I haven't bought cookies in a while. I'm just sitting in the house like I need something to snack on. I can't take it anymore. I went and bought me similar to that. It was the Chips Ahoy with the Reese's Pieces in it.
Yeah,
those are pretty good, man. They're not bad. Not bad at all.
That's good. Right Kitty in the chat says, my job is at a grocery store and apparently they're not hiring anymore. And I was one of the last one of the last wave of temp hires. I was lucky. We have plastic SQ shields between the cashiers and the customers now.
Yeah, we have that now too. Everybody's putting that up now. Even in my little place around the corner from my house, they got the plastic shield, kind of like if you go into the bank teller. You know what I'm saying? They got that little shield up there. I listen.
Where do you work? Imagine
I'm not going to disclose that because because of people on the internet. But let's just say I work in a warehouse.
A big box store, and it made me think of but your deliveries / sales, right? Like,
yeah,
gotcha. So do you deliver to like Home Depot, Lowe's, etc.?
No, that was my other job when I did that. That was my other job. I don't do the deliveries now. I don't do deliveries. So now I'm just sales. now.
That's funny. You and I have had similar occupations, sales and delivery.
In my past, I have worked in BJ's. I have worked in Walmart's. I've worked in places like that.
When you said BJ's, I thought you meant the restaurant. Because there's
BJ's wholesale. It's basically Sam's competitor. Basically.
Over in my neck of the woods, there's like a super expensive fancy restaurant called BJ's Restaurant. So
okay.
That's what I thought. When in high school, my buddy was like, "Hey, want to go to BJ's?" And I was like, "The what? Like, is this like a strip club we're going to?" Okay, shit, all right, And so then sweats, but I'm like, I don't care, whatever. All right. It's like, no, good pizza. And shit.
I don't think they have them. You're on the West Coast, right?
Yeah.
You're in the West Coast, right? Yeah, they don't have them over there. I think they're only East Coast for now.
I think so, because I never heard of them over here, and from the grocery store brands or anything. But
we got them in Atlanta. Yeah, I've seen BJ's. They got a gas station connected sometimes.
They do. We have them. We have them out there here too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like how Tim Hortons is like the Starbucks of the East Coast in Canada. Kind of Tim Hortons coffee. A little bit.
Mad's mama said my head was somewhere else for BJ's. We only have one thing by that nickname here.
Yeah.
Mad, stop being a pervy wanker, okay?
Yeah, my head went somewhere else for BJ's. Yeah, if only have one nickname for that here.
I remember when I was telling somebody I used to work for BJ's. They're like, "What? You used to do what?" I'm like, "Shut up."
Yep. According to Christy says, it's very much real and we need to take precaution. But I had swine flu back in 2009 and they didn't need to do closures back then. so some folks won't take it so seriously. See, I think it's kind of like it's not just that there are deaths and that it is happening, but it's happening so fast. Like if people drop from the flu, like if thousands of people drop from the flu within less than a month, there'd be concern like of we got to do something. We got to be clean because this is like over time usually, and that happens and to certain people and whatnot. But this is like across the world. There's been pretty quick deaths or whatever.
Yes, but what did they say about 100,000 already? It's 100,000,
something like that. Something like that. So it's not. There's a lot of people that take it so casually, and I'm like, that's how I was too. But it's
bro, did you see the idiots up in Brooklyn having block parties still? I mean, come on, man. Like that's like y'all asking for it. You're asking for it.
Yeah, and it's like it's so careless about the people that are at risk because it's like when we're all old-ish, and old can mean like 50 something, where you're at risk. It's like, do you want to be treated like who gives a fuck if you die? Like by everyone, like any respect for people that are older that actually
55 and up, you are higher risk. 55 and up.
Exactly. So it's like, and these are people that have gone through actual hard times in their lives. Right now, I consider this to be, it's harder than we've ever had it before, but I can't tell if this is really hard times yet or not. Like for some people more than others, sure. But it's like, for most people, you still got running water, still got electricity, shelter. You can still go to the grocery store. You still got gas. You still got a car. You can still get education. Like there's still a lot of things you can do here, and we're the most equipped we've ever been to have things delivered to your house, buy things to get to your house. Even if it takes a little longer with how they're trying to clean things up with the mail system so they don't spread it even further. Like in a couple months, if we're still having to be quarantined like this, I think a lot of us will have adjusted and adapted to take advantage and learn how we can do different things while in it. That's what I think.
Yeah. And that's the thing too when you're talking about adjusting. A friend of mine, he's an actual radio show host up in New York, and he actually interviewed a doctor, and she said like this. She said, "Look, if people sit down, like if they actually take that shelter in place and quarantine seriously, if they sit down, we could possibly curve this and be done with it in probably about 3 months, right?" So if they don't sit down and they keep doing what they're doing and thinking it's a joke, you're talking 3 years.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing too. People think that it would just die out even like in a month or so. It's like, no, it's still going to be around, and old people will be at risk for, or just not just old people that have, heart, even rough asthma or something. Like I have asthma technically, but I don't think I'm at risk because it was never any severe asthma. I hardly ever had to use an inhaler. Be careful with that, man.
My best friend died from asthma. My best friend died from asthma.
But I mean, there's lots of different degrees to it and ways that it damages your lungs. Mine was never in that super serious level. Like my mom had it and has it and stuff, and she's got the more, if something's happening, she's got to use the inhaler. I don't. So like there's different levels that you got there with it. But that's kind of my point too. So, let's say it's not that effective now. Let's say you get pneumonia and then, you just get a normal sickness kind of, and you can normally deal with it, but they don't have medical supplies to give to you because it's for everyone else. Or let's say that opens you up to get COVID. Like your lungs were fine, but now you're sick, so you're weakened, and you can get access to other disease. Like
exactly.
Other
you got the gospel according to Mark with a C in the house. How you doing, brother?
Yep, what's up, dude? It's good to see you again. Good to see you. Where's my dark council, brother?
Well, the thing too is what you were saying, that it's not going to go away. Same thing, like H1N1 is still in circulation. The thing is that we've adapted to it. So it's still out there, but we've adapted to it. So this thing that's here now, this is like, okay, when people see that 19 behind that number, that's because it's been here about 19 times. That's that number 19 means. Yeah. It's been here 19 times. So it's going to be here, still going to be here again. What this is a different version of it. This is what they've said, that this is a version of SARS. So this is stuff that's normally been here. It's just a upgraded version of that. And it's going to still be here. It's just that we have to take it seriously. Obviously, you're going to have people who will be able to... The scary part about it is that you got people out there who could be walking around with it and not know they have it. They could just be carriers.
Right.
That's the people you got to worry about, because there are people out there who have no symptoms, nothing, and walking around like it is what it is.
So what
and
is going to be having a quarantine like this? Like, so after all this is over, and they're claiming that the next 2 weeks is going to be the worst. So after the 2 weeks are up, do they undo the settle in place, and then, like you're saying, people who have it but don't show symptoms, it just starts all over again?
Yeah. See, now here's the thing.
What's the point?
I was talking to my boss, because we have to be on the lookout for this. If you actually have it, let's say you you don't know you have it, you find out. It takes 14 days, 2 weeks for you to show symptoms, right? So after that's 14 days you show the symptoms, you can fight it off, right? And then at 14 days you start feeling better. The problem is, after that 14 days, you still have to get tested to see if it's still in your system. So let's say you did get it. You're actually out of work for a month and a half at the very least. So the people who do have it, and people who may or may not have it, who may be carriers of it, you're talking that you are essentially clipping out a month and a half. It's not 2 weeks. It's a month and a half, really, when you think about it. Because you got the 2 weeks of incubation time, 2 weeks of being, 2 weeks of you actually getting sick or whatever, and then you got to have the time, your recovery time, and then you got to test yourself again to see if it's still there. That's the problem. And then if you still have it, you still got to wait another 2 weeks, because we don't know. The problem is they don't know what is the trigger for the incubation time, how long it stays, and how long is contagious.
Right, they're
that's
learning
the problem.
This. They're learning this now, and that's taking weeks. That's taking weeks to over months to do it. So even if they say we'll reach our peak, I don't think we're going to go back to normal and things will be lifted. That's why I was saying we will have to adapt to living kind of like this, which is why people going out on walks in different ways, people doing different delivery services, people finding out different ways to work. I think I think some people, it seems bleak now, and it will suck for, like, a bagel shop opened up next to our store like the week before.
Jeez.
It just opened, and people were looking forward to it, and it's like great. People are still going there now. They're still allowed to go there, but it's like it would have been a poppin' place, but now it's cut. Its legs are cut off immediately. Like,
exactly.
It's limping along. We're just barely able to start. So, but then some people might be able to take advantage of this and help with ways to make it easier for people to live in these type of situations. So, again, it's all a learning process. If we all just put our arms up and go, I don't know what's happening, then that's what it's going to be. But we can. I feel like we'll adjust just fine for most of us. Again, it is crazy going with the quarantine. People having to parent and teach their kids like all the time.
Oh man, did you see some of the memes? Like, my cousin put up with me because she got 3 little ones, and she's like, they had the meme up like, and Johnny had how many apples? You see the parent get because you got to take you got to teach the kids at home. You know what I'm saying? And Tara put up a good comment up. She said there is an antibody test that will start being used to allow people back to work. That's actually pretty cool. You see, you have the antibodies up there.
Yeah, there's that, and I think in some locations like that the corona has already gone through quite a bit, and like already made its run and waves through however many people got tested or something. There might be some communities that will be able to start opening up again. At least opening up. I mean, a little bit more. But what's funny with like restaurants like that have a walk in, walk out, or a dine in, or like a takeout delivery thing. It's still basically a normal restaurant and business. It's just you can't sit and eat there. So like I don't know why
what that does is it hurts the waiters and waitresses. That's who's getting hurt with that situation. Sure, the company's going to still make money, but the waiters and waitresses are the ones who are actually feeding into. Because remember, it's all feeding into the economy.
Right.
When they get paid, we all get paid. So and that's the other thing too. When you talk about that stimulus check. That does. I always find it very funny how the government says we're going to give you guys a check. That's our money, stupid.
Yeah, it's going to come out of our taxes.
Like you don't have a service that we pay you. You steal our money every check, and then you're going to say, "Oh, we're going to give you some money back." No, that's our money. You're giving
a little bit of our money.
yeah, exactly. So, but yeah. That's who's really getting hurt when in the situation when you're talking about the restaurants being open. Yeah, they are can still be open, but you know the waiters and waitresses he wants to. And again, like you say, even if they say tomorrow, okay, everybody can go back to work, and you're gonna have the same amount of people are gonna be nervous. They're gonna be apprehensive to go out. You understand? They're gonna be like, I don't want to go out because I'm afraid to go out. If I'm gonna, this thing might still be in the air. So it's still gonna, even if they said tomorrow, everything's back to normal. You can say at least another 2 to 3 weeks before people actually get the nerve to go back and say, let's get back to business. You know?
Yeah.
And are they gonna do like for instance, my job, like you said, they put up the glass windows in front of the cashiers. Are they gonna take those down? They went through the trouble putting all that stuff up.
No, that's what I'm saying.
They're not going to take that down. It's going to stay. That's going to be a way of life now. You know.
Yeah, I agree. I think Flip and I have a question about what your take on this. How do you think online dating is going to going forward?
Wow.
With people, I'm imagining. All right, let's meet up. I'll be at this store. You be at that one, and then it's like binoculars. What's up, baby? Looking good. Okay.
You know what's funny? You mentioned that because I was actually going to bring us something. It's like we're on the same level right now. I actually saw. I don't know if you saw this, but it was on Twitter, and this guy saw a girl dancing on the roof, and he was on his balcony, and he sent his drone over to her. He said, "Hey, you look kind of cute."
Yeah.
You saw that?
Yeah,
and then like he freaking ends up going, but I think he took it a little too far. He went in a freaking plastic bubble and met her. I'm like, just put some damn gloves on, bro. Just put some gloves on. You be alright.
But I mean, like as far as online dating, like websites and stuff, to like actually go and meet a new, like starting from the talking to, you normally go up and meet. Yeah,
true. I've done a little online dating. I've met a couple ladies doing that. I haven't done it in a while. Obviously, now this just cut the legs right out of that. So, it's even when I met somebody online, it's not like you're going out there freaking, give them like what I like to call now an appreciation kiss, because according to the Rise of Skywalker, you could slip your tongue down a chick's throat and it's just an appreciation kiss now. So you're not going to be doing that on your first date, essentially. So you can just go meet them at a Starbucks, have a conversation. You ain't got to be up in their face. You can still, honestly, I think you can still do it. It's just don't be exchanging fluids on the first date. That's all.
Yeah, just actually get to know each other from a few feet away and talk, and
that's all.
Just have it be that. Give a high five or something. A thumbs up. Hey, this is our first kiss.
That is an entertaining answer. Imagine
What's that?
That was an entertaining answer to that question. Just don't exchange fluids on the first date.
Yeah, that's all.
I feel like that should be on a shirt or on a bumper sticker or something. Don't exchange fluids on the first date.
Yeah. Well, that's the truth, though. This goes who want to dig a tunnel across the border. Oh my God. I mean, look, I think it's actually funny. Like I've been on OkCupid. I haven't tried the Plenty of Fish though. I was actually I watched a YouTuber called Redhead Redemption. You ever heard of her?
I think I heard of that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she basically she was a former adult performer, and she said, I wanna dress up like a dude and put myself on Tinder and see how many chicks I get. And she actually got before the end of that before the end of that, she had like 3 or 4 hot chicks hit her up. And I'm like, that's some BS.
So she switches team for a day and then instantly gets it. That's funny. Now I met some crazy chicks on POF that wanted me to get them pregnant. Yeah, you haven't heard those stories, have you?
Here we go.
I won't go into them deep because Flip's heard them like 5 times.
I want to hear it again.
But I met some crazy ones, man. Like without going into all of them. The first one was like I didn't really understand the online dating thing. Really, I just thought, okay, we're gonna meet up somewhere and do something for a bit, and then see how we are with each other, I guess. But she wanted to meet at my house right away, first chick.
Ooh,
I was like,
that's a red flag.
I was like, okay, sure. What are we gonna do though? I don't know. That's kind of dumb. In my head, I'm like, what are we gonna do? Play cards or video games or something? Like, she didn't seem like a video game type. And then she's of course, we're like watching TV. Then she starts to try to do the moves on me and stuff. And I was like, okay, this is going way faster than I thought. Holy shit! But I was just like, I didn't know this chick yet. So I'm like, no. Then just thinking this ain't smart to go that quick. So I'm like, no. But then next week I was feeling a little different about it. I'm like, I'm in more of the mood for it. Sure, why not? But then as we're trying to do stuff, she's like talking about how it's like subtly, yeah. And then wouldn't it be cool if we just like got an apartment together? And wouldn't it be cool if we shared the same car? And wouldn't it be cool if we like we're sharing all these things? And I'm like, no, it's killing all the mood. So that one was one. She wasn't that crazy, but it was a little crazy. But person number 3 on the online dating, she was the craziest, man. She first date, we got some pizza, and while we were eating, she decided when we were done, she only ate like one bite. She's like, I don't like pizza. I'm like, why the fuck did we decide to meet at a pizza place then if you're not going to eat no pizza that I paid for? And then I was like, okay, let's go see a movie. Jupiter Ascending was playing, which I thought was going to be cool. It wasn't. And man, she's like, the whole time we're there, she's like, as soon as things go up on the screen that she doesn't like, she's like, I can't have that. I don't like ice cream. Can't have that. And I'm like, I'm picky, man. I'm a picky eater, but I like ice cream. I like pizza. Like,
that's like the go-to thing.
Yeah, and then like I didn't have a car, so I was just gonna get a ride. But then she was like, "Oh, hey, I can take you home." I'm like, "All right, okay, cool, whatever." And she's like, "No, but we got to go to my house first." Just like, okay, all right, why not? I guess that's weird. She's like, "I need my GPS so I can find my way back home." I'm like, "It's not that hard to find your way back from here, really." But she lives out in the boonies or something, so it's like go from city to forest. Just like,
wait. So instead of her just dropping you off home and then driving home,
I wasn't.
She drives you to the boonies to drive you back from the boonies back to home to drive back home.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And she had me meet her grandpa. So dumb. I'm just like, oh my god, can we just
Bro,
not?
I'd have been.
Like, man.
Look,
like I just met you. Like, let's not go to family. No, I don't want to see who you know.
Nah, you don't want to do that.
Chit dogs. I'm like, yeah, I like dogs, but no. And God, just the more we're talking, I was kind of getting some doubts, and I get home, but then I'm like, okay, I'll give this chick one more hangout date or something, see how she is, one more time, and just to know for sure if I'm even going to talk to her ever again. I was like, okay, after I get off work, let's go get something to eat and go hang out at my house, watch a movie or something, and then you can go home. Was my intention. And then she, after work, I didn't eat anything all day. I'm like, hey, let's go eat. She's like, I just ate. I'm like, we scheduled to get dinner. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna still go eat though. And then so I'm eating at a restaurant, and she's just watching me eat just as I'm eating food. She's not saying anything. Just like, okay, like, do you got anything to say? Like, I'm eating food. You can talk now. Like, usually women like to talk, right? But not this one. And get back to my house. We're watching Tremors. She never saw that, and I like to, I'm like, oh, Tremors is awesome. Let's see it. And then we're gonna make out for a little bit. But then the way she makes out, man, I was like,
ugh.
just sticking in and out, no movements, just. I'm just like, I'm not a professional, but like, you're doing it wrong. It's weird.
Yeah, exactly.
Weird. I'm just like, what? Let's just watch Tremors 2 and let's see what's up there. And then she tries to do some stuff again, a little different, and then she just starts, trying to get hickeys on the neck. And I'm just like, I gotta work tomorrow morning. Like, let's not make it public, lower, if anything. Like, I don't know. It's just she. And then later, the whole point is, all night she's trying to do stuff with me, and I'm kind of not. I'm getting less turned on by as the night goes, and it's like no. But she stays over when I didn't want her over, and then she stays all morning until 11 a.m. I stayed up all night. She fell asleep on my arm. I stayed up all night just because. And then when she leaves, she's like, oh yeah, I gotta leave. I'm sorry. And I don't know. Did we lose Dmajini?
I don't know.
We lose him.
It looks like it.
Did we lose him?
He'll be back. I bet.
I gotta restart his internet. I'm gonna see what the chat's saying.
Was that your first date with this girl?
That was on the second one. When I went to the dinner stuff, I'll add Dmajini back. It's probably his internet. Let's see. Mad says power of suggestion. Dmajini is sliding up the DMs. Yeah. Bitch sounds like a serial killer in training. Yeah, probably, Christy. Probably. Honestly, once we're allowed to interact with people again, there's going to be a rush on Gatorade. I'm just saying. I understood that reference. There you go. All right, have your internet cut out before?
I think we all having little internet problems today.
Yeah, definitely.
Hey,
Anyway, long story short, the chick left the house.
Don't know what's up with that.
Yeah, do you hear us okay?
I hear you now. Let me just see.
Okay.
Making sure my internet, everything's working here. I don't know what happened there.
Okay, that was weird. Yeah, it just kind of froze up. You just kind of froze up there. And then
Yeah,
went out.
the whole thing went out on me. I had to log all the way out and log back in.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, that's the first time that's ever happened to me.
I imagine it's actually an uptake of people using the internet everywhere at all times.
Yeah, it's possible. Did you hear about them saying that one guy said, "Oh, all the gamers out there don't use the internet too much because everybody's going to be, you're going to be taking too much broadband." I'm like, shut up.
No,
shut up.
We're all going to use it.
It's the same thing. Look, it's the same amount of people using it. Look, just say we were having a normal day, right?
Yeah.
And people at work using their computers, people who are off, whatever, playing PlayStation, whatever. It's the same amount of stuff being used just at home rather than being at work. That's the way I see it. It's about, you're going to be using too much broadband. Sit down and shut up.
Seriously.
But anyway, bro,
I'm gonna finish this up though, and then she leaves, and then I text her, "Hey, we're just gonna be friends, all right?" And then she says, "No, screw that. I wanted to fall in love with somebody. I can only get pregnant within 1 year, and then I can never have kids ever again. So I was looking for somebody to fall in love with and have a family and everything, and whatever. Thanks for wasting my time. Now, bye." And I didn't sleep with her, but she wanted me to, so I could get her pregnant. Like,
wow,
I dodged a bullet by not.
That's a bit problematic. That's a bit problematic. Well, the young lady I took out, I met her up at the Barclays Center up there in Brooklyn, and she was cool. She was cool. It's just that I don't know what. It's just one of those things. It just didn't work out. Nothing. It wasn't like anything crazy.
Yeah.
Now I did bring her. I hung out with her a couple times, but the third time I hung out with her, I did take her up because I was up by my mom and my grandmother was there. So I'm like, it was like I had to see everybody at once. So she didn't meet my mom and my dad and my grandmother just because of the fact it was just that my grandmother was up from North Carolina and I was up at the same time she was up. And I'm like, I'm not going to be back up here. So it was just one of those things. I just had to do it all at one time. And, she met my mom and everything. And it was cool. She was cool people. It was just whatever. One of those things just didn't work out. You know what I'm saying? But I never really had a crazy one. The craziest thing I had is that this one chick, she got mad at me because I didn't put my actual address on this. Bro, you're not supposed to put your actual address on the freaking internet.
Yeah, good.
Nobody knows my actual address. I'm not even going to tell you what town state I'm in.
Area 51.
Exactly. People ask me where I'm at. You find me in Brooklyn. That's it. That's all you're going to get out of me. But yeah, that was the craziest one I had. Like she got mad because I didn't put my actual address. Like you're not supposed to. What's the matter with you?
I had a chick also get mad at me because she said that she's had horrible guys before and wanted to do like a background check on me, and wanted me to pay like $1 or $2 to this website that allows her to background check me. And I'm like, I'm not giving someone I never met any access to anything, even if it's a link to a site where it's only $1. Like, I don't know if you somehow steal my information off that.
Exactly.
Like I'm doing that shit.
No. Like if you want to find out about me, you could Google me. How about that? You get that much. That's it.
Exactly. Look up Dmajini. Look up the Rookie Critic. You'll find us out there. Now. That's as real as it can be, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Flip does not have an online dating story, I don't think, but he got stories. Stories though.
Run very smoothly. I mean, I'm not saying I was like some pimp or something, but I mean, I never had.
That's my job, sir. I'm the pimp.
Pimp Master Flip.
It's just call me smooth. It goes smooth when I'm doing that. So yeah. No weird freaks.
Well, that's good. That's that's the way it should be. Gone a couple dates. Now the one thing I'm almost tempted to try out just for S's and giggles is Tinder, just to see what happens. Kind of like that chick did on Red Hat Redemption. I just want to see. I just want to see what could happen on there because Tinder, from what I understand, that's just basically the hookup site. Like, that's where you go if you want to just hook up with people.
See, that's the sites that I'm thinking aren't going to go well right now.
Those aren't going to go well because they're made to hook up.
Right.
I mean, look. You can just wear a face mask, you know what I'm saying? Put some rubber gloves on, face mask, put the condom on, you're all right.
No, you better. If you're dating a Star Wars nerd or something, wear a Darth Vader mask. Wear some,
That reminds me.
Get in costume. There you go. You can do it.
Christy said, at least you didn't almost date your long lost cousin.
Oh wait, is that a story of Christy that she needs
Christy,
to share?
did that happen to you?
That's a story. What? Almost date long lost cousin. That's funny. Angela Straven says, I met a girl on Tinder once. My buddy's girl he met from Tinder. Nice.
Oh, so you met your buddy's girl that he met on Tinder that you met on Tinder too. That's gangster.
Small world, man. Small world.
That's gangster.
There's this one chick that I met too that was kind of an awkward meet because she worked at the high school that I went to. Like it was a couple years after I graduated, but like she worked at the high school and she was like friends with my mom. And I was like,
was she older?
What? And she's a couple years older than me. Yeah, I added it so that I can have a couple years older to see what happens. And it's like I met a friend of my mom on a dating site. Like, that's kind of weird. I was like, nah. She was still like closer to my age, but it was still just like let's just be friends. That's fine. Let's talk if you want. But I'm not gonna. How you doing?
I dated a woman who was how much older was she? She was 13 years older than me. That's the oldest I've dated.
That's pretty older. I mean, pretty good.
It's 13 years older than me.
Was it worth the experience? Like her having more experience?
Yeah.
There was a good pause there. You must have been thinking about that.
No. I was deciding on how I was gonna do that discreetly or not. But we just say it was a good time. It was a good time.
Funny how that works. I'm currently dating a woman older than me. 4 years.
Yeah, shout out to Abu Nassin here. He says, shout out to the awesome panel. What's up, fellas? Hope you're all doing well.
What's up, Abu Nas? How you doing, brother?
What's up, man? I missed that one. How you doing? That's good. Riot Kitty has a story. She says, an awkward dating story is that I went on a double date with my guy friend and his girlfriend. His girlfriend was sister of the first guy I kissed on second grade and chased around on the playground. Oh, that's funny. Going back and hold on, she said something else down here with that. What made the date awkward was as the girl recognized me and asked me if I was the toony blonde girl her brother talked about as a kid. Interesting. I don't know. Interesting. What's up? Angela says, no. The girl he is seeing was from the Tinder. The girl I met was another girl. Oh, okay. Okay, cool. What's up? Abuna sharing his love in the chat. What's up? Yep. She's like he was reminiscing.
I was reminiscing. I was. That was a good little session. That's
yeah. Lone Wolf Cub says, like the Beastie Boys song, we got to fight for your right to party. Hell yeah. All right. Well, I know it's just about going on an hour here so far, and I know you said you gotta go in a little bit. So, is there any things you want to bring up? Any topics or something?
So what do we have here? I think I had something else written down. Let me see what I got. I wrote some stuff down. All right. So we talked about that. Did anybody see the Clone Wars yet? Have you been watching that?
Yes.
I have not. I've been seeing a lot of things that you know what it is? Look, from what I've been hearing, first off, I wanted to wait till the whole thing's out so I could just chain watch it. That's how I am. I want to make sure all the episodes is out.
Right.
But from what I'm hearing about it, I had the bad feeling they were going to F it up, and it seems like they are kind of effing it up. That's what I've heard.
Why would you say that?
Because it's under Disney. That's why.
They were mostly written already. The only thing is the animation, and it's the same. So from what I've seen, nothing looks effed up at all.
Okay.
Unless I'm missing something.
To me, it just feels like I don't need to see any more of it. Like there's already 5 seasons with a lot of cool episodes and a lot of things happening, and it's like adding in the extra bit is like I don't need it more. I feel like it's already told, and now we get to see more of Darth Maul, and I'm like I kind of liked trying to wonder something about his life because now almost every aspect of him is filled out now. When he was left with Palpatine before, it was like, okay, now what happens between that and when we see him in Rebels? But now it's like, oh, we kind of see him do more stuff and fight Ahsoka, which we already know he and Ahsoka live anyway. I don't know. It's like we don't need to see that detail.
The thing with it is you hit the nail on the head. The fundamental problem Disney's having right now is that they have zero creativity, and by them having that, they keep going back to the well, and they keep bringing up, like they had Darth Maul in Solo, they had Darth Maul in Rebels, they have Darth Maul in the Clone Wars here again.
And Darth Maul in Solo too, yeah.
Yeah, so it's the same thing I said when it came to Yoda, and again, there's another thing too. They're doing the High Republic. The High Republic is right in Yoda's heyday. Yoda had to be 700 years old, so he was still a relatively younger man, right, during the High Republic. So the thing that makes these characters cool is the fact that they are mysterious. Why you bring back Palpatine again for the sequel trilogy, and then saying he was the overarching villain, this whole thing, you water him down to the point that he's not cool anymore. What made Palpatine cool was that you didn't know about him. He died in Return of the Jedi. That's it. Yeah, they had the thing in the EU where they had the clones, but then they ended it right there. It's done. The clones of him was done. They go back and say, oh, no. This is him. This is 30 years after, and this is Palpatine's plan the whole time. Come on. You're putting too much. You're putting too much on the table, and it's almost like that one thing. You know what they say? Mind you, is not necessarily lying, but you're busy making up stories. But you know when they say you tell a lie, you keep telling a lie to fix that lie. You got to keep building on that same lie.
Right. You
keep building.
You don't know what's the truth anymore.
Exactly. That's what they're doing to me in regards to like any of these characters that were mysterious. You keep having to build on them, and these we got to retcon this, retcon this. You know what I'm saying? By you doing all this stuff, you're going back and you're forcing these stories into stories that already existed, and then you have to keep building onto them, which adds more story of more explanations of characters that we didn't need to know. Like I said, the thing that made these characters cool is the fact that they were mysterious, and I don't know.
That's all. I can't. But Flip has the opposite opinion here, though. He's watched. I've not seen it, so I can't judge if it's good or bad. But he's saying it's good still, which I'll admit. You know, even if they do things that annoy me by like filling in blanks that don't need to be filled, if it's done well, it can sometimes be okay. Like when they introduced Darth Maul in the Clone Wars at all, like you didn't need to do that at all. But that was okay. The way they did it, okay. So what do you think, Flip? What would you want to say, like to more sway, convince people that it's all right to watch. It's not horrible.
Well, first of all, I mean, if you watch my review of the Rise of Skywalker, if you can sit through 24 minutes of me bitching a lot, you know where I stand with Disney. But this was Dave Filoni, the one man that I like over there, except for John Favreau. But I am iffy about how Favreau ends up handling everything in the future. We got lucky. We got some episodes of Mandalorian that looks good, feels good. There's happy moments in it. We'll see. He's on the chopping block. I want to see what he does. But Dave Filoni has done no wrong that I can see. These episodes were written during the reign of George Lucas, and they seem to be fine. I'm not feeling or understanding or catching anything that has to do with an agenda, no more or less than what came out before. Anyone who says that Rebels is better than Clone Wars, I just need to smack you across the face and let you.
Rebels is not better than Clone Wars.
There could be some decent moments in Rebels, but overall show being bad, but good moments.
No, good moments, agreed. But with Clone Wars, it's always been consistently good, and I mean it's a matter of opinion, objective opinion, of course. I get that, but there's nothing that's changed. So as angry as I am at Lucasfilm and Disney, I can appreciate how everyone else feels, but don't take it out on something that may be the only and final and last thing that was good about Star Wars. So.
No, I get you. The thing with me is that I like the Samurai Jack version because it went right up to Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, the 2D.
That one was cool. I love that one.
I miss that style. I really wish they did. The companies don't do that at all anymore, and it's like, man, that 2D was so bright, and the way they can do it was just so unique, and everything's so bulgy now. And it's like, can you please bring it back to some flat Good old stuff. I mean, I'm not saying everything needs to be flat, but I mean, yeah, the flat with pops, the colors make it pop. So
Oh yeah, definitely.
that's what was good, and they could make the sounds all good. They can get the moments, and when Grievous is going to fight all the Jedi.
That was such an awesome moment.
And there's that kid that looks like Scooby Doo or whatever.
Yeah.
Or Shaggy, and he
looks
runs.
like Shaggy,
It's quiet, and you just hear the stomping of Grievous, and then it stops, and you don't know where he is, and then he's just sweating. Everybody, they can't sense him. They're nervous. Like, oh shit, we don't know where he is, and then he runs out there just squished. Like,
they made him such a beast in that because, like, they really, like, to me they didn't even show him in his full potential in any of the other iterations of Grievous. Like, he was literally like a propeller in that thing. Like, his whole body was spinning. That's what made him so cool. But
good intro for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. But so I kind of agree with Flip, but I feel like I don't need Star Wars right now. Like, in a way, I feel like they've done it. I thought we were going to get some more good stuff, and we haven't gotten too much of that. And I know people like The Mandalorian, but I just don't need it. It's just right now, and for all we know, they'll say Palpatine is the main villain behind the Mandalorian plot or something too. Yeah. And like,
I mean, what's to say he didn't transfer his essence in this one?
I don't know. Like, watch the season, watch the series finale of the Mandalorian be Palpatine just kill him. Like, watch that be it. It's like, oh.
Or to be Rey Palpatine. No, well, actually, that's before her. So, but yeah, so it wouldn't be. But
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's like as much as I love Star Wars and want there to be more stuff, I don't need it. It's like the High Republic, all this stuff. It's like, I think I'm good with what I got for what we like, and it's like I don't need more. I'm good. I'd rather it just not make any more. I want some other studios to make some cool space films or series, step out of the box a little, make something different. Valerian could have been cool, but they made it so boring.
What was it?
Valerian.
I never saw that. I saw the commercial for it, but I didn't.
Dude, they have it look pretty, but then it's like they have them go to their own home place that's like an extension from like what's that? Flip, what's the satellite we have in orbit? What's one of the satellites? So that the international one, the International Space Station,
yeah,
something.
ISS.
Yeah, like, did you see that Valerian, Flip?
I saw Valerian.
Yeah, like whatever station that was that they had, or whatever. It was in our orbit. A bunch of alien planets added to it, or alien species added to it, and it became its own thing later. And that's this Valerian alien civilization with humans, and it seemed cool. But then they enter it and they describe it so boring. They're like, welcome to Alpha, the place that you live. Over on the left side, we have the brainy species. They do this. On this side, we have the gold people that look at the banks. And over here, we have the water world of these species. And it's like, just falling asleep as they're making space so boring. And the main characters are boring too. They're not, the actors are horrible cast. These guys are not fun to watch, not fun to listen to. The technology they use is kind of dumb. It's just like a lot of it's like, oh, why are we here? Rihanna's in it as an alien for a bit, and she's sexy, but then it's like, what are you doing? They have Jar Jar. they have worse than Jar Jar Binks characters.
That's terrible.
Alien species that's like wanting the chick to like put on something before she gets eaten, and he's like, and just like, dude, it's not funny at all. So I don't know. I'm just saying we need some cool space movies and shows that are not Star Wars. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I thought they was gonna make Mass Effect, because what you was telling me about that thing kind of reminds me of something like Mass Effect, almost like the Citadel. We have all the races on the big space station or whatever. That's that kind of sounded like to me. I actually want to check that out now. I might check that out when I'm done these live streams, just to get something to check out.
I mean, don't watch Valerian expecting cool stuff. But what you're saying, with the Mass Effect,
the story was okay, but they I'm sure if you read the book, it'd be like a really good book.
Mm-hmm.
But they overdid it with the effects, I think, and some of the acting was a little lackluster.
Mm-hmm.
And that kid in the movie, do you guys remember the Andrew Garfield Amazing Spider-Man?
Yeah.
He played
Dave, he played the Green Goblin.
Dave DeHaan.
Yeah, he's a good, actor, and if it, he did, you could tell he was picking up some slack for people there, but even he had a rough time with the script. But I bet the book's really good. They just kind of overdid it in some spots.
Yeah. But I mean, there are some cool fan films that do some great Star Wars stuff. There's great, like Flip knows that too by now. There's like a bunch of great Star Wars fan films, and I'm not talking about Vader. Vader's a good one, sure, but there's plenty of other ones that are great. There's hundreds, if not thousands, of Star Wars fan films alone, and it's hard to find the ones that are actually good and entertaining out of the whole bunch. But there's a lot of them. So
there was one I saw a couple years ago. And I have not seen it again. This is like before I was doing YouTube or anything, and it was a Darth Bane one, and I think it was in a different language. I forget what it was. I don't remember what language it was.
Spanish. It does it a lot. There's quite a few German filmmakers do that as well. I could probably find that one for you.
It was pretty cool.
There's a couple I'm looking at. Yeah, that's the thing too. There's foreign ones that don't normally come up in your searches, really, because it's a different country and stuff. But there's some good foreign Star Wars fan films too. They're all right,
Angela Draven brought up a good point. Says, I really wish Mass Effect 3 didn't mess up with the end. They could have kept with the ride from Mass Effect 2, but thanks to EA, they screwed it up. Yeah, Mass Effect 2 was like the Empire Strikes Back of the Mass Effect series. That to me, Mass Effect 2 was the best one. I like the gameplay for Mass Effect 3 was pretty dope. I especially like the fact that they had the online play that you could have in there, and you could do the combos and everything. But I what they could have done, and don't get me started about that, but what they should have done was that when they came out with Mass Effect Andromeda, it should have been connected to the Shepard verse way much more than it was. They try to, we want to get away from Shepard. Hey, stupid! That's what makes you money. What are you doing?
Let's get away from Luke. Let's get away from all the characters everybody likes.
Yeah, that's the. It's funny you mention that because I was watching Cecil and Ethan yesterday, and he brought up a good point. He says the way comics are right now, they had when everybody was, you had 10 years of MCU and all those characters now household name, and then in the comics you change everybody.
Yeah,
that was just so stupid.
I was just listening to that this morning, actually, when I was at work. I was bored. Cecil was like, they had 10 years of 20 Marvel movies going with the characters and everything, and everybody's like, "Wow, I want to see some Iron Man. Let's go check out the comic." And it's the teenage black girl. Like,
it's Riri. It's Riri Williams. It's Jane Foster Thor.
Let's see Thor's other adventures. It's somebody else. It's not Thor. Great. Okay.
Exactly.
Like everyone in the comics had no appeal, and that's actually true. If when I saw Iron Man and all these other films, if they had the comics outside the shop, or like when you buy the ticket you have an option to get the comic, I would have done it. Like, and I never read and by that point I never read a comic before. That could have gotten me into it way early and invested in the series and stuff, the characters, like having some extra Tony Stark adventures on the page, off the screen, on the page. Cool. Get some extra stuff. That would have been nice, but they didn't at all. In fact, they didn't even do like a commercial for advertisement for a comic book in any of the trailers in the movie.
Sure didn't.
I kind of thought they would, because in my mind, I thought they stopped printing comics like in the 90s, and I thought any ones that exist now are everyone's collections. Like, I didn't even know they still print these things.
Exactly. So, that's the same problem they had with Mass Effect the series. They had all these characters that people like. And look, here's the thing that would have made, and I said this on my channel several times. If they didn't want to go with Shepard, what they could have done, which would have made it would have been beautiful. Depending on the way you ended Mass Effect 3, you can have Shepard live or Shepard die or do whatever, right? You can have Shepard be the new admiral, right? He could have been the new admiral, and then you could have had, whether your romance, because you could have a romance in there, your kid could be the new star. Boom. And then they could have freaked it, because you could have had an Asari or you could have had a human, because if you had made it with Liara, all Asari offspring are Asaris, so it doesn't make a difference. You could have had an alien species you could play with in the story mode, right? Or you could have had all male or female. So you could have done it in a way where you could have made it so that it is a Shepard, but it's not Commander Shepard, and you could have had like you could have had your Shepard be your NPC that kind of helps you out during the game. Boom. I just made you some money, EA. I want my bill in the check. My check in the mail. That's what I want.
Yeah, really. I wish they would listen to us.
Yeah.
These places would listen to us, bro. I mean, I alone, I mean, have all the information of all the videos that I've watched from all of my friends and brothers in the Fandom Menace and Fandom Collective. I could convey all that, and everything would be, they'd make billions.
Oh, yeah.
Billions.
Yeah.
Crossovers. Keeping the characters that originally made them money.
Mm-hmm.
Kill Luke. Why would you do that? He's like your golden egg, man.
Exactly.
You know, they could have made some cool video games around each Star Wars sequel that they released. Like they could have made some video games with it, kind of like they did with Marvel, but those ones were crappy. But you guys remember when they released Iron Man? They released Iron Man video game and the Hulk, and they're awful games. But it's like they could have made them better. But from what they had, I guess.
You know what? I always say, what would have been the craziest thing? Like, all right, so you know how they ended basically all of the MCU or whatever, and now they got the Multiverse of Madness coming out. Now I know this would never happen because it'd just be a logistical nightmare. It would between licenses and everything. But tell me who on this panel wouldn't freaking be super hype is if at the end of freaking Multiverse Madness, right? You just see somebody turn in the shadow. You see Ryu put on his headband. Would you not go crazy if they had Marvel vs. Capcom being the freaking next big MCU crossover? Are you kidding me? Just imagine how crazy that would be. Like at the end of freaking the Multiverse Madness, you just see Ryu put his headband on. Woo! I get hyped just thinking about it.
But what if Marvel has control to write them?
No, I'm just saying it would have to be. That's what I said. It'd be a logistical nightmare. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
but
you have to have Capcom.
That would be
good storytelling.
The craziest thing you could think of if that was like the next big crossover would be actual Marvel versus Capcom.
What else is in Capcom other than Street Fighter and like Mortal Kombat?
No, that Mortal Kombat's not in there at all. You got.
Oh, they're not. Oh.
No,
I was thinking of Mortal Kombat versus DC then.
No, you can have Mega Man. You can have Devil May Cry. That would go against like some of your mystical superheroes and all that stuff like that. Who else you got? And
let me tell you, you can make a video on that too. What if, like impossible what if? But that's
here's a fun thing.
Resident Evil. Yep, Resident Evil. Yeah, that's something they're giving me. I'm going. It's so many characters that you could do with that because when you talk about Marvel vs. Capcom, you got so many different. You technically got four versions of it now. Even though I never bought the Ultimate version, I didn't like that one because they were leaning way too much on the MCU and they didn't have X-Men in there. So come on, you can't have a Marvel vs. Capcom without having Wolverine in it. Come on.
Yeah.
but anyway, fellas, I'm gonna have to start wrapping it up because I gotta get ready for my next stream.
Cool.
It's been really fun. I don't know if you're gonna keep rocking here or you're gonna wrap it up.
Yep. Yeah, we're gonna start wrapping it up right now, I suppose.
Oh, okay. I thought y'all was gonna keep going.
Nope. We're good. We're about to end it in a second. Anyway.
Okay. Well, then I'll wait till you're done then, because I thought you was gonna keep going.
Yep. Yeah, we're good. So, Flip, anything else you want to bring up or say as we close out?
Yeah, actually, let's see here. I had it right here. We're literally closing out. So no. No.
Nope.
That's so good.
That was funny. Nope.
Yep. That was great. Yeah, Matt says, EA, Dmajini. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right, she's happy, so I assume she'll be over there at your next stream. You want to tell people what you're going to be streaming about?
It's going to be a surprise, but we will be talking about the comic industry a little bit. That's going to be the main topic, but a couple of side quests that we're going to be talking about. I said side quests, but you know what I mean, topics that we're going to talk about. But yeah, it's going to be me and Fatal J. It's going to be my channel, Dmajini, Dmajini. And that's basically it. If you want to meet me over there, that'd be great. If not, I'll see you on Tuesday for the Dark Council.
Bam, bam, bam. Imagine like an NBA type of startup or something. The Dark Council. Bam, 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 and then start the lineups.
Yeah, right.
That'd be kind of funny. But yeah, thanks for coming on, man. It's pretty fun. like doing
thank you.
this.
Thanks for having me, man. I've been meaning to do this earlier, man. We should have definitely been doing it a little sooner, but schedules.
I know what you mean, man. What's funny though is that everybody has more free time with quarantine, but everybody's busy.
Yeah, the quarantine time. I got like what 3 more days. 3 more days. My time is up. It's back to the coal mine for your boy.
Yeah, I still work, but I feel like I only work like 4 hours a shift. So I feel like I'm still on. I feel like I'm on vacation still. I'm like,
yeah, no doubt.
Hardly work. It's just a few hours a day.
I asked my boss too. I says, are we going to go to internet orders only? He says, well, I don't know. They might. I says, I don't know how that's going to be if they go to internet orders only. I don't know how that's going to work, but we'll see.
Yep.
But
yeah, with that, thank you everybody for coming by. Matt's Mama Bear, Angel and Jealous. Everybody, James Clark was here earlier. Fan Scene. Help me out. Who else was on here? Riot Kitty. Mark with the C. Everybody, I appreciate you guys. Abu Nas. Head over to Dmajini's channel so you guys can check out what he and Fatal J and then we're going to be talking about. And we'll be back. We're going to skip this Wednesday. We're going to have a new surprise coming to you guys next Sunday and beyond.
We like surprises.
Oh, yeah. We got some stuff in the works for you guys. Going to make some good work. And without further ado, stay safe, stay quarantined, and have a good one.
Oh, yeah. Get your movie boners up. Get hard.